Brave Nation. This next fight is 3 5-minute rounds in the bantamweight division. Introducing your first competitor. Fighting out of the blue corner, this man, the mixed martial artist with a professional record of 9 wins and 1 loss. He stands 177 centimeters tall and weighs a ready 61.68 kilograms. Representing Secutor MMA and fighting out of Belgrade, Serbia. Please welcome Borislav Nikolich. And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, this man is a mixed martial artist with a professional record of 6 wins and 1 loss. He stands 175 centimeters tall and weighs a ready 61.46 kilograms. Representing KHK Team Bahrain and fighting out of the magnificent Kingdom of Bahrain, please welcome Gamat Magomedov. Your referee is Jan Forboni.
Touch of the glove. No touch of the gloves. The first takedown attempt will be telling. Gamzat showing that he also has hands. That last fight, that eerie KO over Makayev was fantastic. Lands a beautiful counter strike there. Catches Borislav coming in.
Beautiful head movement from Gamzat. Head never ever stops moving.
There's that sequential strike into wrestling. Big flare double.
It gets real bad from here, Phil.
Borislav is a master of the submission game, but jiu-jitsu versus Dagestani wrestling. Borislav needs to be careful. Could leave himself susceptible to a Von Flue choke if he continues to hold on to that neck.
Excellent job. Teza manages to get to closed guard. Open it up now. Probably wants to get a foot in on that hip, create a little distance, try and stand. This is not a place he wants to hang out for a long time.
Gamzat happy to sit inside the guard of his opponent and do damage. Old school Tito Ortiz style, grabbing the back of the head. Just twisting the hips to get as much torque as he can into those shots. Doing a great job of any time Borislav tries to make improvements in his position, he elevates the legs over the headline.
Looking potentially for an armbar. It's getting close.
Great
And
job.
the legs are down.
Great job to square the hips off there by Magomedov.
There's the squeeze.
The beginning of a head-on triangle here. If he can scoot to the other side, if he can get out of the guard and scoot himself to the right side. Really is a hallmark of KHK Team Bahrain, isn't it? Just this suffocating style, this dominance we see so often from the KHK team.
It's a reflection of the style of their leader and how hard they train. And, of course, of the great national heritage from Dagestan. Very slick little side-to-side head movement from Nikolich.
Gamzat doing a great job of keeping himself compact, but Borislav trying to work for the armbar again.
For a potential, it could have been a sweep. Armbar, triangle.
Had the guard very high there to try and make something happen. Let it slip down a little. You're watching a chess match unfold in front of us here at Brave CF61 in collaboration with NFC, live from Bonn, Germany. jump on social media using the hashtag BraveCF61, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Join Brave Nation. Give us your thoughts on the fight and your thoughts on tonight's main event when Marcel Grabinski takes on Lutterbach for a second time.
Nikolich ate a couple of elbows from bottom, trying his level best to land a couple.
You have to give Borislav credit because he's doing a good job of keeping Gamzat close to him so that he can't get the space to fire off the shots, those short elbows. Yes, Nikolich may be the man on the bottom and may be losing the round, but he hasn't absorbed a lot of damage.
He has not, and he's very, very purposeful in his actions. He's not being reactive. He's not losing his mind when he eats a shot. He's got a game plan, and he's trying to make it so.
He's constantly trying to create angles for himself. You have to give him credit.
A little bit of a warning for a heel from bottom. Absolutely unintentional.
I don't even know if it landed.
Little instruction, just when your opponent's on his knees, you can't throw an up kick.
Safety first here at Brave CF. Very dominant round for Gamzat Magomedov. Dominant, if not eventful. Badger bite attempt there. I don't often see that in mixed martial arts. The badger bite from Nikolich.
10 seconds.
Gamzat finishing with some strong ground and pound. Just to put a little bit of a... Could go for a huge takedown here with a couple seconds left. But no, very, very dominant work from Gamzat. Stiff jab to open up from Nikolich.
There's a long jab. We're going to see some circling now.
He has to be wary of overcommitting to his strikes because if he were to do that, and we've seen it happen before, Gamzat just changes levels, but he got caught with a shot there. Oh, that jab is sumptuous.
There we go. This is a game plan. Can't get greedy. Can't move straight forward the whole time.
Nope.
Or he's going to land on his backside. This is not a man to stalk.
And the jab is finding the home.
Nice check hook.
And on the takedown is Gamzat. Finishes it. Has to be wary of being caught in the guillotine here. Cannot let Borislav get that leg in across and get that guillotine guard. 4 minutes left in the round. This is not where Borislav Nikolich wants to be at all.
Brave Nation, the single most important discipline in mixed martial arts is, as we've referenced before, wrestling.
Von Flue attempt.
Von Flue attempt. Not quite there yet.
Doesn't quite have the shoulder driving into the carotid artery yet. Would need to turn a little bit more on his side.
Hands are not connected.
Abandons it.
And of all the forms of wrestling, the highest form of wrestling right now in the world, and the world will eventually catch up, is Dagestani wrestling.
He's attempting the Von Flue now. Again, abandons it. Perhaps doing it just to give Borislav something to think about. Good job to get the re-guard. Still needs to do something definitive. Gamzat happy to sit in this position. He's winning the fight from this position. How badly does Borislav Nikolich want to get back to the feet and start popping that jab off again? As you say, perhaps got a little bit overzealous, Keurig, with the forward momentum as opposed to implementing that lateral side-to-side movement.
Just a little bit, but Nikolich is more likely to get a submission or a knockout out of nowhere. He can lose every second of every minute of every round and turn things around on a dime. The grinder, the mighty, mighty grinder, Gamzat Magomedov, a little bit less likely to get a knockout out of nowhere, a submission out of nowhere. Nikolich biding his time a little bit, staying relatively safe, looking for a cut there with the elbow. Submission always very, very close.
Gamzat Magomedov is an absolute cardio machine. Back in 2017 when he won the IMAF world title at bantamweight, he fought 5 men in 5 days in 5 different fights. Incredible. This is bread and butter to him. A fight every couple of months.
5 fights, 5 days. Took a day off to fly. Bam, right back in training the day after.
Head coach Eldar Eldarov would not have it any other way. And he really has instilled an incredible ethos into the KHK team fighters. That relentless doggedness, not allowing your opponent any time to settle, keeping the pressure on.
That doggedness is not possible without a huge degree of skill. If you simply attack all the time and you don't have a huge amount of skill, you're actually doing the opposite of fighting. You're moving right into attacks that are being set up against you. So when you see these fighters continually attack and attack and attack, it's not just an aggressive attitude, it's also a reflection of tremendous skill.
Trying to work for the armbar here is Nikolich. Can't quite see potential for a trip, but great posture. Trying to work the triangle, but great posture from Gamzat and then into the pass. Now landing big shots. He take the back here.
Question for Gamzat, is he gonna take top turtle? Does he want the back?
Has a little bit more time with the back take here than he did at the end of the first round. A big takedown would really seal the round for him in emphatic fashion. Not that he needs it.
Gamzat trying to strike. Trying to position for one last takedown. And he got it! That was Air Bahrain.
Woo! Just on the buzzer. Putting a little... Before we begin,
Warslav needs just a little more distance than he's giving himself.
he is finding a home for the jab, to be fair. Like so many wrestlers before him, Gamzat Magomedov does have power in those hands. Another stiff jab from Nikolich.
That's 4.
Has to get his back away from that cage.
He's trying to draw his opponent into punching. He's trying to hit his opponent as he moves in. If you can catch your opponent as they move in, it doubles, even triples, but that's the problem.
Has to be wary of a choke here as well.
When Gamzat Magomedov moves in, it's to move in for a takedown.
But it shows just how good he is. That all of his opponents know what he's going to do. They know he's going to shoot for the takedown, and they cannot stop it. I think he's been successful with every takedown attempt so far in this fight.
He's an absolutely phenomenal fighter, Phil. Back in the day, Muhammad Ali, you knew what he was going to do. He was going to get in those toes, move around, jab. He would even tell you the round he was going to beat you in, and he would still do it. Gamzat Magomedov is cut from the same cloth. He's going to move forward. You might catch him with a few shots, but all that's going to happen, he's not going to get knocked out. All that's going to happen is he's getting reads. He's learning your timing, chooses his moment when you try and move in on him, and boop, you're on your back.
Potential for another big takedown here. Gamzat Magomedov is just relentless.
Magomedov's head positioning is excellent. He's shutting down any attempt at a back elbow from there.
Borislav Nikolich trying to break the grip, but Gamat Magomedov, his doggedness is unquantifiable, like a little pit bull. Borislav Nikolich must be thinking to himself, what more can I do? How do I get this man off me? Can't break that grip at all. Switching to the double is Gamat. Could see a big takedown coming here, Carrick. Marches him into the center of the cage. Thought he might have spiked his head a little bit there on the takedown, but looks good.
As long as the fighter is across side, that head is safe. If the fighter's on the same side as his head, you can receive an injury from it. But as long as there's a body underneath you, you can tap your head a little bit. It's not likely to cause anything more than a little thump noise. Gamat moving to north-south. He's going to strike a little bit, may look to take an arm.
Borislav is keen on this neck at the minute. May try and roll with this if he has enough.
I believe that's what he's trying to set up. He's going to wait for the bodies to go from 90 degrees to 180 and roll, but Gamat Magomedov, too smart.
Incredible MMA IQ from Gamat here.
Oh, choke sweep. Potential for a back take, got a front head, and they're back up to standing.
I'd like to see the uppercut from Borislav Nikolich. He has it primed ready there. Less than a minute left. Can Borislav Nikolich steal a victory from the jaws of defeat? But Gamat doing exactly what he has to do, exhibiting that MMA IQ. Takes the fight where he knows he is the most dangerous. Where he knows he holds all the cards. Potential for another big takedown here.
Brave Nation, this is the problem. When Gamat Magomedov has a grip on you, everything that happens is bad. When he's on top of you, punches come down, there's always a threat of a guard pass. When he's standing.
Oh, beautiful spin out from Gamat. 10 seconds left.
Huge props to Nikolich. Look for a submission, look for a second one. Got taken down and the round ends. That, Brave Nation, was a textbook example of the grind in mixed martial arts.
All right, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards. Your first judge scores about 29-28, and your next 2 judges scored about 30-27 for a unanimous decision victory. Out of the red corner from KHK Team Bahrain, Gamat Magomedov. This next battle is 3 5-minute rounds in the super welterweight division. Introducing your first warrior. Fighting out of the blue corner. This man is a mixed martial artist with a professional record of 11 wins and 6 losses. He stands 178 centimeters tall and weighs a ready 79.5 kilograms. Representing Cesta Club and RFT team and fighting out of Russia. Please welcome Vitaly Terokleov and his opponent. Fighting out of the red corner. This man is a mixed martial artist with a perfect professional 8 wins and no losses. He stands 173 centimeters tall and weighs a ready 79.6 kilograms. Representing Gladius Club and Team Universal Fighters and fighting out of Dagestan, Russia. Give it up for Kamal Magomedov!
First round, here we go. Show of respect. Kamal used to getting the fights finished early. As I say, all of his 8 wins coming by way of first round finish. If you're Vitaly Terokleov, what do? Do you throw everything at him? Do you try and drag him into the deep rounds? Kamal Magomedov just stalking, taking his time. Terokleov a little bit tentative, as if he knows just how dangerous Kamal Magomedov is.
Brave Nation, smart fighters have a little feeling out period early in the fight where they try and get reads on their opponent. That's what you saw Kamal Magomedov do.
Big takedown, but transition. There's the tap straight away.
It's over.
The 9th first round finish in the career of Kamal Gladius Magomedov. And again, I think that was inside the first half of the first round. An unstoppable force of nature is Kamal Magomedov.
That was not a mouse trap, not a rat trap. That was one gigantic man trap we just saw in front of us. Absolutely phenomenal end to that fight.
First off, credit to Vitaly Terokleov for taking the fight. He scored the takedown, but the awareness, the positional awareness of Kamal Magomedov to turn that takedown into a fortuitous position for himself, get the armbar, and Terokleov had to tap straight away, just illustrating how tight that armbar really was.
Phil, he was in front of us just recently holding on to that arm. I don't believe the arm is injured, but if he had tapped out a split second later, it absolutely would have popped the socket. It would have come right out.
Fantastic finish, and Kamal Magomedov could potentially, again, Brave Combat Federation.
All right, Brave Nation, what another explosive bout right here in the Brave CF55 Pro FC cage. This bout comes to an end at 52 seconds of the very first round. Your winner by armbar and remains undefeated, Kamal Magomedov! Here we go, Brave Nation. This next battle is 3 5-minute rounds in the super welterweight division. Introducing your first warrior. Fighting out of the blue corner. This man is a mixed martial artist with a professional record of 13 wins and 4 losses. He stands 183 centimeters tall and weighs a ready 79.7 kilograms. Representing Finn Fighters Gym and fighting out of Turku, Finland. Put your hands together for Ali, the amazing Santalahti. And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. This man is a mixed martial artist with a perfect professional record of 9 wins and no losses. He stands 173 centimeters tall and weighs a ready 79.3 kilograms. Representing Rady Team, Gladius Club, and Universal Fighters, and fighting out of Clean, Russia. Please welcome Kamal Magomedov. Your referee is the Bandit, Dickie Larkin.
An analogy, by the way, that took me a little second. That was beautiful.
Wants to do what he's doing. Move in a circular fashion. Pick off shots from the outside. He does not want to step straight into that fire. Just to see what happens.
First shot from Kamal Magomedov will be the most interesting, in my opinion. Ole doing a great job of staying on the bike, working behind the jab. Does not want to be a static target for somebody who has the same kind of grappling prowess as Magomedov. Starting to chew up that lead leg a little bit.
The redness is showing already. Brave Nation, when you kick the calf like that, it damages the nerves underneath. The ankle no longer has the ability to work.
Think about it, it's very smart. Magomedov being such a competent grappler, such a competent wrestler. You take out the lead leg, you take a little bit of pep out of that step.
Santalahti doing exactly the right thing, staying on the outside, picking his opponent apart just a little bit while circling. This is what he wants to keep up.
Trying to hit that counter, right hand. He needs to get that back against the back off the cage.
Magomedov started big checking those kicks, but that can leave you open to other problems. Those are big, big, wide checks now.
And even if you're checking the kick, the foot can still wrap around and catch the calf. Oh, head kick from Magomedov. Wasn't far away, but he needs Santalahti needs to get off that cage. Magomedov will see that, pressure him, may hit the takedown or initiate the clinch.
Santalahti caught.
Caught with a beautiful hook there. Magomedov going into this fight now. And these guys are very, very evenly matched. Shout out to our matchmaker Sam Brett doing a great job putting these fights together. Beautiful stiff shot from Magomedov. Oh, he felt that momentarily stunned. And again, that jab.
He's stung bad. Brave Nation, it's a mistake always in this sport to check how strong somebody's shots are by looking at their muscles.
Big elbows, perfectly legal to the side of the head. Now Ole Santalahti, who himself is a BJJ brown belt, it must be said, but in throwing a knee, timed beautifully right into the mount. Beautiful jiu-jitsu from Magomedov. Takes the back.
Hooks are in.
Already has 3 wins by rear naked choke. Could be setting up the head on.
Go right back into the mounted position.
This is pick your poison territory, Kirik. If you're on your back, you're giving up the mount. If you try and roll to your front, you give up the back. Magomedov doing a great job right now. Santalahti holding on for dear life.
Magomedov has his head clear now. He's gonna what he's gonna do now is throw punches, try and pin the hands, control them, more punches, and eventually an elbow.
Ole Santalahti tried to sneak out the back there by getting his legs up the right line. Throwing heavy elbows. Taking the back once again, one hook in. Santalahti needs to do something here. Oh, he managed to work back up to his feet. This is incredible, Kirik. I tell you what, I do love fights. This is brilliant. That jab from Magomedov is working beautifully, but a 1-2 reply from Santalahti.
The momentum is going to Kamal Magomedov. He thinks he's got his opponent's measure.
Santalahti needs to get his head off the center line. That head is not moving, but he eats a big knee and a big hook. Magomedov smells blood in the water, but Santalahti is not out of this by any stretch of the imagination.
Magomedov has huge faith, huge trust in his power to take a shot.
You wonder just how much that exchange on the ground took out of Ole Santalahti, and he is eating jab after jab here. Needs to implement some head movement. How much does he have left in the tank? How much did getting up from that mount and back mount take out of him? Santalahti still attacking that leg. You have to give him credit for his staying power here. Tenacity. Takedown attempt from Ole Santalahti, pressuring Magomedov against the cage.
Not much closer than I thought he would with that one.
Magomedov remaining calm.
Calm as ever, turns to his corner, looks, see if they've got any advice. Takes it in.
Santalahti, good head positioning there underneath the chin. Break off elbow. In on the takedown. A takedown would be huge here for Ole Santalahti. Into the back mount position. A little bit of a moral victory here for Ole Santalahti being the first title.
want to refer to something we saw in the replay there, Kiri. Oli Santalahti attempted a knee in the clinch. Magomedov scooped underneath, scored a beautiful takedown. Technically, that was beautiful work. But look at the face of Oli Santalahti. Referee Deggy Larkin clearing the cage, and that to me shows just how, when utilised correctly, just how devastating the jab can be in mixed martial arts.
Those cuts, Brave Nation, are under the eye, which is typically, although not always, quite a bit less potentially injurious than over the eyes.
For the first,
also off the eyelid. I think we're good as far as the cuts sustained so far are going.
for the first time in his professional career, Magomedov finds himself into the second round. Needs to be wary of his leaving his neck exposed here. High elbow guillotine, let go by Magomedov. Right now he turned defense into attack. This is not where Oli Santalahti wants to find himself.
Big question. Come on, Magomedov right now, Brave Nation. Does he stay in this position and pound, or does he try to pass the guard?
Once again, try and get up. There is no quit in Oli Santalahti trying to work, trying to create angles for himself, but right now he finds himself on bottom. Magomedov again just transitions seamlessly into that mounted position.
Likely, Phil, to see a rinse repeat. Punches, arm control, more punches, elbows.
And it fatigues him. Oh, I like the back. Oli Santalahti is a warrior. Barely able to see out of that left eye, but still working to make something happen. Great composure being shown by the Finnish fighter. Again, trying to shove him into the takedown. He's getting big elbows to the side of the head. There's a takedown, yeah. Right now, you just wonder for a third time, can Oli Santalahti get to his feet from this position?
His hip movement, Phil, looks fresh. It does not look like an exhausted fighter.
What landed an elbow there. A little bit errant to the back of the head. Got a warning from referee Deggy Larkin. And just look at that flame off from Kamil Magomedov. It's little things like that that show just how dangerous he is and just how clued in he is when it comes to the fight game.
The amazing transition. Full closed guard now. He wants to control the head, stop his opponent from posturing back, where the opponent's got leverage to throw down big shots.
Oli trying to reach that guard up. They try and hit it up. No, the arm's safe of Magomedov, but again, credit to Santalahti trying to make things happen. Feet on the hip. Magomedov again, just like a hot knife through butter into the mounted position. Could we be getting up the end here? Has the neck? Could this? Not quite. Again, having Kamil Magomedov on top of you at this stage of a fight when you've already expended so much energy.
He's expended energy, Phil, but he's also shown he can stand up from there, and he knows he can do it again.
From the fire into the flames again. Body triangle now for Magomedov. Oli Santalahti eating big shots. 2 minutes left to go in the round.
Body triangle is not completed.
Transitions the one hook into the half guard, or half back take, so to speak. Big deep breath from Oli Santalahti, and the fact that he's big elbow.
That elbow may have been, as you put it earlier, a little errant. And he's up.
That is incredible from Oli Santalahti, but he is leaking worse than a badly installed kitchen tap right now.
Santalahti now wants to get the hard point of his hip underneath those hands, hip forward as he pushes on the hands, trying to rotate the hands out and escape that grip, but it's a lot easier said than done.
And mentally, if you're Kamil Magomedov, you must be thinking to yourself, like, what do I have to do to get this guy out of here? Figure 4 grip to try and break. I think referee Deggy Larkin may be bringing... No, breaks them up. I thought he was going to bring the doctors in to have a look at Oli Santalahti.
Oli on the offensive.
Oh, scores the takedown.
Quite.
Grapevines those legs.
And up again.
Nice work from Kamil Magomedov to get back to the feet. And again, Ole Santalahti expending a lot of energy. Coming up to the 30-second mark left in the second round. And it's going to be interesting when the doctors take a look at the face of Ole Santalahti and those cuts, because he is very much cut. Big elbows from Magomedov. Oh, you heard Ole Santalahti exclaim there with frustration, pain, but he's using his arm to hide the head, so he's getting elbowed in the arm. But Magomedov's shot selection has just been so intelligent here.
So with every molecule of my respect, I want to extend it to Ole Santalahti.
Unquestionably. So this is a real hallmark of his game. Like you almost need to. It's like something out of. Ole Santalahti is with your shield or on your sword type of fighter. Kamal Magomedov for the very first time in his career going to a second and third round. No questions about the gas tank of Kamal Magomedov. Oh, Ole eats a shot coming in. Some of those look like they're to the back of the head.
Ole, they're not to the back of the head. Keep fighting.
Referee Deki Larkin once again warns Magomedov.
Santalahti sucking in that single leg, may go behind, may try and switch it off to a double.
So impressed, not just with Kamal Magomedov and his dominance in this fight, but the staying power, the heart, the tenacity, the fortitude of Ole Santalahti, Carrick. Absolutely incredible.
It's an honor to witness. And of course, it's an honor to witness the incredible skills being shown by Kamal Magomedov.
Correct.
Thought of as being primarily a wrestler, but he's showing exquisite striking.
Santalahti with a huge takedown, dipping into the reserves, a crimson mask adorning the face of Ole Santalahti.
Stop. Time.
Stand up, we're not sure why. Maybe the
Ole,
doctor in.
come with me, please. Come with me, please.
Deki Larkin, I think, is calling the doctor in to look at the cuts. And Carrick, this is something that isn't often talked about in MMA. Losing that amount of blood is going to deplete the gas tank, is going to deplete the reserves. It's going to make the fighter weaker.
As I understand it from talking with any number of medical professionals, the amount of blood that you see appears to be a lot, but it's a third of a pint, something.
All right, Brave Nation, another exciting battle inside the Brave CF 63 cage. This bout comes to an end at 1 minute and 8 seconds of the very third round. Your referee, Deki Larkin, stops the fight, fighter unable to continue, and your winner, Kamal Magomedov. Here we go, Brave Nation. This next battle is 3 5-minute rounds in the lightweight division. Introducing your first warrior. Fighting out of the blue corner. This man's a mixed martial artist with a perfect professional record of 8 wins and no losses. He stands 182 centimeters tall and weighs a ready 67.3 kilograms. Representing WGC team, I'm Kashem, and fighting out of Afghanistan. Please welcome Syed Dollar Murtaza Sadat. And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, This man's a mixed martial artist with a professional record of 14 wins and 2 losses. He stands 176 centimeters tall and weighs a ready 70.6 kilograms. Representing KHK Team Bahrain and fighting out of the magnificent Kingdom of Bahrain, Gamat for Kamil Magomedov.
Referee Aaron Wallace is your third man in the middle. I don't think it's going to be any surprise to anybody what the game plan of Magomedov is. A decorated former world champion in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. 12 of his wins by submission, 4 rear naked chokes, 4 guillotines, 2 arm triangles and 2 triangles, which shows just how dangerous he is with a multitude of submissions.
Sadat moving those hands, likely to let one go momentarily. Just trying to get a read.
Yeah, again, the hallmark of the KHK Team Bahrain fighters is taking that time to download the data to assess, to take in the full range of weapons that your opponent has and then react accordingly.
Phil, this is very much a sport in which patience is a big shot.
And here we see the clinch, the inevitable clinch from Magomedov. Gets the trip, and right now this is exactly where he wants to be.
The inevitable clinch, the inevitable takedown, and the inevitable furthering of position. I don't want to say the submission's inevitable, but
the submission's kind of inevitable, correct? Good job by Sadat to get that half guard back.
Yeah. Brave Nation, athlete of this caliber, a submission master of this caliber. The reason behind these punches is not necessarily to cause damage, it's to get the opponent to move. When you can get the opponent to move in a predictable fashion, you can further position. That will in turn create submission opportunities.
Magomedov trying to work. A good job by Sadat to re-guard.
Nice guard work by the warrior from Afghanistan.
He's going to want to try and get back to his feet, scoot back to the cage, base off a hand, base off an elbow, up to a hand and get down.
A little bit of body, head maybe coming up. Oh, quick.
Steps through brilliantly, doesn't he? Looks like he's
Quick
trying to
pass
isolate.
to half guard.
Looks like he's trying to isolate the arm on the left side of Sadat.
He may well try and isolate both. He's got one isolated. He may slide that near shin across the bicep, elbow area, pinning both of them.
Here we go, trying to work for the Kimura. I think
Key
get that
lock.
figure 4 grip.
Yeah, the hands are coming close together, closer together, closer together.
Interestingly though, he's never won a fight via submission. Or sorry, by a Kimura. He does have 12 wins by submission. Would be his first Kimura. But
Vicious elbow.
lets it go just to crash an elbow into the dome of Sadat.
One of the main techniques, Brave Nation, behind throwing an elbow on the ground is you try and hold the shot back and then spring into it. You saw a perfect example of it there.
Sadat really needs to try to get back to his feet here. He's just being punished in every conceivable way by Magomedov.
Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is, of course, a beautiful defensive art.
Oh, just cuts right through into the mount. Sadat needs to be careful of throwing up those arms.
Nice regard from Sadat.
Yeah, you have to give credit to Sadat for when he finds himself in those positions, he is working well to get the guard back, the half guard.
He is, but unfortunately guard is purely a defensive position.
Yeah.
He's got to open those feet up and start trying to sweep, start trying to stand, start trying to strike, to submit, to take the back. There's a whole number of options here, but trying to survive with a man like Magomedov on top of you is not a great option.
Just cuts through into originally half guard, then side control, and may try and work that arm again. Oh, there's the mount, like a hot knife through butter.
Brave Nation, what you're seeing here is
Trying to
danger
work
being
the arm
applied
bar.
from so many different directions. There's positional danger. There's danger from the hand.
Head on
Here we
triangle.
go.
Is he impeded by the cage though? Does he
He's
have
going to
enough
make it
space?
work. Watch this technique.
Oh,
Look
that
at
is
that.
beautiful.
Look at that.
Creates the angle.
Don't
There's
care
the
about
tap.
walls, and there's a tap.
13th win via submission in the career.
Compilation 1 explosive finish that comes at 4 minutes and 7 seconds of the first round. Your winner by head and arm triangle from KHK Team Bahrain, Kamil Magomedov.